really understand the political turf of Karnataka better than you, will you still continue to defend Congress, JDS combined? I think everything is out and open, like my colleague Rhythm Anilesh clearly mentioned, that you don't have to be a detective or an expert in investigations to figure out what has been happening there since 2013 and maybe before that. And maybe this could be just a tip of an iceberg, Shravan. Abdul Razak.
Rhythm since 2006 and 2007, of the 38,000 investors of iMonetary Advisory, not a single complaint was given in any police station across Karnataka, first of all. Secondly, once this issue came to us on 8th of June, proper action has been taken up by the government.
Shravan, please enlighten him.
That was after we got to know that it was a scam. Before that, there was not a single...
Oh, you got to know in 2016, not in 2019. Now, there's no point fooling the public here. The fact here is that it was in September 27, 2016 when the government first got a warning from the RBI. So the fact is that the government was in the know-how.
Why he was questioned on 4th of June then?
Well, very interestingly, on 8th of June he leaves, and then the Karnataka police issues a lookout notice, a notice which was supposed to be issued much earlier.
That means Atiq Rehman, they were in connivance with him.
Sir, any transaction beyond 10 lakh rupees, the banks are advised to give a note to the RBI. So my question is, up to these many thousands of crores, was RBI sleeping?
The guy who is being questioned by the Bangalore police or
this should be the answer of the government.
Very interestingly, Mansoor Khan was questioned on 4th of June. Now, let me just give you a timeline. Isn't the suspicion? Let me give you the timeline. 4th of June, fair enough, just hear me out. 4th of June he's called for questioning. On 8th of June, the gentleman leaves the country, and then the police wakes up and says, let's issue a lookout notice.
After he leaves the country. After
he leaves India, you have a lookout notice that has been issued, a notice which should have been issued earlier to prevent him from leaving the country.
No,
the fact here...
There was an iota of doubt that the owner would fly away.
he was tipped off by the police.
There was no lookout, there was no...
Abdul Razak Khan, 1 minute. Don't just come out with one point of one volley after the other, which Shravan is clearly answering to. Ravi Srivastava, don't talk about Malyas and the Choksies, because that too Shravan will enlighten you on. This is not a random debate, but this is an investigation, a very serious investigation that has been carried on by our SIT team. Don't get carried away. Atiq Rehman, we want to bring you into the debate. When innocent Muslims are duped, when innocent Muslims are being duped, and the Congress party, the Vadra Congress party, as Ravi Srivastava would not like us to call them, and the JDS is very aware of what's happening in the state of Karnataka, and we do our investigation, then nobody has the right to tell us why an investigation has been done, when Shravan is bringing out facts about how he fled the country, and how immediately after that, Atiq Rehman, the police of Karnataka started finding him. Isn't this too compliant by the Karnataka government now? Atiq Rehman.
Elections, state elections as well as the central election.
Well, Rhythm, this is a very, very deplorable act, you know, and my voice is echoing.
The caucus between police, the criminals, the cheaters, and Congress, JDS.
Okay, Syed Asad Abbas, we're going to let Atiq Rehman answer right now. Yes, Atiq Rehman. All right. Yes, Atiq. Atiq Rehman.
So, Rhythm, you know, of course it's a deplorable act. So far what I have... One second, sir. What I have gathered so far from June till now, is that so far the Congress party as such was not in the picture. It was an individual act on part of this particular person who has run away now.
Sir, who is Roshan Beg?
We have to go
Shawan,
to
can you please remind? Okay,
Rhythm.
one second. Shawan is going to tell you. Shawan is going to tell you. Shawan is going to tell you, Atiq Rehman, the names of those Congress netas that have figured out. The link is more or less established. And they are not random Congress leaders, Shawan. They are known Karnataka faces of the Congress there.
Well, you have a sitting minister. You have a sitting minister.
Why should you talk about the pictures?
You have a sitting minister.
Pictures do
No,
No, these are not pictures. These are
I'm giving you
documents,
more.
by the way.
Okay, fair enough. You want to talk about more facts? I'm giving you facts here.
Yes,
you
sure.
have an election affidavit in 2018 by Zamir, who's a sitting Congress minister, who says that he's taken money from the IMA.
Bapu's picture is there. ML Khattar.
We are giving you facts. Let's talk about the election affidavit. Why does a minister who was aware that there was a problem with IMA, why did he enter into a transaction with...
Ravi Srivastav, please, Ravi Srivastav, wait a second. Gagan, can we play out that, those excerpts of that election affidavit? Okay, Ravi, let's talk on facts. Let it be between Shawan and Ravi. Shawan, you have done the investigation. And remember, Ravi Srivastav, we don't do investigations on the figment of imagination and on those whimsical stories. These are documents. Shawan, tell them. These are not pictures. These are documents.
On your screens right now is the election affidavit filed by Zamir, a sitting Congress minister who's basically said that in IMA he's taken money, 5 crore as advance for sale of property.
Government people, nobody
This
can
was a
leave the country.
conspiracy
You
of Congress
facilitate
party,
people to go
JDS and
abroad.
cheaters.
You make them run away. You have done it in past. You are still doing it. I can tell you. I can tell the names.
I'm asking
also.
a straight question
I
here.
don't start
So
from
personal
Modi,
here.
I can start
I'm
from
asking a straight question.
I'm telling on Sandesra.
Mr. Srivastava, just one simple question to you. When you have a sitting minister declaring that he has taken money from Mansoor Khan, then he says, I did not have any idea. I don't have any idea. And then he says, Mansoor bhai wapas aa jaye. Sarkar unke saath hai.
Then why are you
Look at the response.
Have you got any evidence?
Look at the response.
Looking at the apathy of
We just played the response. We just played it in front of you. Now, if you want to blindfold yourself, not look at any evidence. If you want to blindfold yourself, not look at any evidence, nothing can be done about it. But the fact, no, just
apathy of those people and supporting the culprit. Why are you shielding them?
You have to show
You
the
should
piece of
actually,
paper.
being a civil
Show
society,
money
you
trail.
should ask the
Show
government
transaction.
for-
What are you saying,
Look at-
Ravi Srivastav? You need to switch on Republic TV channel and you need to also tell everybody who's asking for the Congress link to switch on the channel. First, watch the exclusive, watch the investigation, and then start talking, because this is not done. Look at the investigation that's been done with documents. Now, the second question that we're going to be asking, and let's also go across to the other guests, don't hijack this debate. Gulresh Sheikh, you've seen what we've been talking about. You've seen the investigation he's done. A question we're going to be asking here right now. Why did Congress leaders back him? Do you think now, and I asked this question to first Shawan and he'll take it across to our guest. Shawan, if an investigation is done in the state of Karnataka today, do you think there could be a fair probe with ministers who have links with him, a part of the Karnataka government?
Well, Rhythm, you would certainly expect professional police officers to carry out their duty, but the fact is that they have to finally report to the Home Minister, the State Home Minister. The report has to go to the State Home Minister. The fact is that you have the JDS and Congress, who all this while they have been only trying to ensure that they give this sort of an image that they have no links whatsoever. But the fact is that our investigation clearly reveals that there is a Congress link which has essentially emerged. Now, by way of videos, by way of interviews, and by way of documents that we have basically gathered, there is a clear link that has essentially emerged. That is one of the reasons why you're essentially looking at at least the state ministers who are trying to shy away from the fact that a Central Bureau of Investigation should basically step in and a thorough investigation should be carried out. But we're not really looking at that at this point in time, because you have at least the Congress ministers now trying to distance themselves away from Mansoor Khan, saying that, look here, we have just photographs. There is no other link whatsoever. Today, when we are basically putting out evidence, hard evidence, that here is a sitting minister taking money, then saying that this was an advance that he received because there was a property deal that he had entered. We are raising this question because in our second part of the investigation, we'll get you certain documents to prove the fact that the Congress government was aware that there were unauthorized deposits that were being with IMA, and the fact that there have been multiple warnings coming in from various financial institutions, but despite that, they decided not to take any action.
So, Shravan, we're going to tell our viewers another bit of information and breaking news that's coming in. Now, opposition leaders are also asking for a reply on our investigation. Probe. Before we come across to our guests, let's tell us the breaking news that's coming in. The Samajwadi Party has come out and said there should be an investigation. Listen in.
देखिए, ऐसा है कि पार्टियां जो होती हैं लाखों लोगों की होती हैं, बहुत बड़ा परिवार की तरह होता है। उसमें गलत लोग भी होते हैं, सही लोग भी होते हैं। तो अगर वो कांग्रेस का नेता उनको सपोर्ट कर रहा है तो उसके खिलाफ खड़ा होना चाहिए, और कांग्रेस के नेता राहुल गांधी जी को शिकायत करना चाहिए उसकी कि भाई ये आदमी गलत इसमें ऐसे सपोर्ट कर रहा है।
Roshan Beg, and these are the so-called Shravan powerful netas belonging to the Congress party, and it was Siddaramaiah, ruling the roost at that point in time when this Ponzi scam actually escalated. Ravi Srivastava, now what do you have to say? Ravi Srivastava, on our screens, these are not pictures, we have documents, we have facts. Yeah, I'm going to come to you in a bit. Because Ravi has been getting very personal with our reporter here. Calling this agenda.
You do an inquiry. Who is stopping that? Inquiry, nobody stops. Let the inquiry be there. Find out the facts. But only in the basis of the picture or somebody making a property registration or buying property. If he has declared in the income tax return, he has done no crime.
If you are a truthful citizen, then
if he has declared it in this return, income tax return, there is no crime.
CBI must take the case in its hand. Do you want that?
Do it.
Okay, Ravi Srivastava, you've spoken. Now Gulraj Sheikh has spoken. Shravan would also like to ask questions. Syed Asad Abbas joining us in the debate. Syed Asad, how are you going to be coming forward and supporting the JDS that you love to support in such a case when JDS leaders have been found to be supporting a scamster who's misusing religion and has duped 40,000 Muslims of their life savings?
The Home Minister, but his party is within the frame.
Thank you very much for coming to me. Gentlemen, I've heard all of you for the last 45 minutes. Kindly grant me the same 1 minute challenge, gentlemen. Thank you very much. First and foremost, I'm a proud Bangalorean. I hail from the city of Bangalore and from the state of Karnataka. My two bits which I'd like to share.
Syed Asad Abbas.
A lot of people, a lot of investors of IMA have gone through.
Yes, Gulraj Sheikh, you've made your point. Let's also go across to Syed Asad Abbas. Gulraj Sheikh, you've made your point. Yes.
They have gone through hard patience. They have, many of them have sold their houses, mortgaged their houses, their properties, all of that, and that is very, very shameful. One thing first I'd like to bring to all your notice is Mansoor Khan, the proprietor of IMA, has been a big cheat. I'll tell you, in the next 2 to 3 months there will be thousands of people who will be out in the roads. There are people who've given their lifetime savings. It is such a deplorable, condemnable act. I would like to take a stand here on Republic TV and bring to your notice what has happened is very, very utterly shameful. It is absolutely shameful. I will tell you, I know some people who had kept some money for their mother's operation, for their sister's marriages, and what has happened? Mansoor Khan has fled. And let me bring to your notice, I honestly think, Central Bureau of Investigation, along with Mr. Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi, the Minority Affairs Minister, there has to be a CBI inquiry in this. This is absolutely not done. My heart goes out to all the lakhs of investors there. It is such a shameful condition. Let me bring to your notice, Mr. Shavan, your report, and of course, Sakal, and also I'd like to bring to your notice, Ridhim.
Don't make it a monologue.
It is a very sorry state
for
of
anybody,
affairs.
For a viewer to understand, we just want to know why was the investigation not instituted at the right time when everything was in place.
Would you please give me a chance?
Yeah, we will. Abdul Razak, I'm going to come to you. We have more reactions. In fact, Rhythm, I think we have some more reactions coming in on this Shavan's story.
Before
panelists.
We do that, Shavan, if you could just tell us, Zamir Ahmed is now giving a reaction. Introduce Zamir Ahmed and tell us why this is relevant.
Yes.
Well, Zamir Ahmed, the sitting Congress minister, there is a transaction that we have basically found out, transaction between Zamir Ahmed and Mansoor Khan. In fact, in the election affidavit that we have accessed in 2018, he's declared that he's taken 5 crore advance payment. Now, what we have also connected this to is the fact that despite the government knowing that there was a problem with IMA, the fact that financial institutions had basically asked that action should be taken against IMA, despite that you've had a minister actually engaging into a monetary transaction with Mansoor Khan. When he was essentially confronted by our colleague Karthik in Bangalore, he essentially said that I had absolutely no idea about this. And he blamed it on the media. Was the media aware? Because the media was taking advertisement. It is a fact that several media down south, they were actually getting advertisements from Mansoor and his company.
Let's go across to that reaction from Zamir Ahmed.
I was never running a Ponzi scheme, to be very honest enough with you. ठीक है, एक Ponzi scheme होती है तो एक उसकी लिमिट होती है. It was a true business. और ये business के collapse के पीछे कौन है, ये corruption क्या है, central level corruption, state level corruption, जिसने मुझे bankrupt करने की कोशिश की, and they were successful with various methods जो उन्होंने इस्तेमाल किए हुए हैं. उसकी सारी लिस्ट, किस किस के एक्टिविटीज़, किसने एक्सटॉर्शन किए, किसने हैरेसमेंट करके पैसे निकाले हैं, वो सारी लिस्ट हमारे पास मौजूद है. इंशाल्लाह जब मैं डिपार्टमेंट के आगे आऊँगा, जब मैं जुडिशरी के आगे आऊँगा, तो मैं इन सारे नामों को आगे रखूँगा. जो नाम इसके अंदर इन्वॉल्व हैं, ये कोई छोटे मोटे नाम नहीं है. कंपनी सिर्फ एक छोटे पैमाने पे नहीं चल रही थी, इसके पीछे बहुत बड़े बड़े लोगों का हाथ है. और अगर इनका नाम मैं अभी ले लूँगा तो समझ लीजिए जो मेरी फैमिली इंडिया में छुपी हुई है उनको वो लोग ढूंढ के ख़त्म कर देंगे. जो लिस्ट मैंने बनाई हुई है नामों की, जो हकीकत है, इट्स नॉट अ फैब्रिकेटेड. देखिए, अगर आप किसी को ब्लैक मनी देते हैं तो उसकी ना रिकॉर्डिंग होती है ना रिसिप्ट होती है, ठीक है ना. तो बट अब सिचुएशन ऐसा है क्योंकि ये पब्लिक मनी है, दिस मनी हैज़ टू बी गिवन बैक टू द पब्लिक.
All right, now Shavan is also joining us, and Shavan, we've just been told that Chandan Sharma, Power TV executive editor, who exposed the IMA scam in Karnataka, was threatened by Mansoor Khan, is also joining us on the phone line. So Shavan,
he's joining us live.
You're joining us live. Shavan, your questions to him first.
Well, Chandan, you were the first journalist in Bangalore to expose Mansoor Khan, you and your team. In fact, after that particular expose, Mansoor Khan essentially threatened you. Can you tell our viewers what exactly you found in your investigation?
Oh, thank you very much, and good morning to everyone who are in the studio, Shavan, Sakal and Riddhi. I would just take 3 minutes of your time.
Rhythm.
I would want to take back you to the history before I proceed further. I will tell you, in the month of February 2019, the date was 13th of February, we exposed IMA scam on Power TV. We have got every document of IMA, and we have got to know that it is the biggest of the biggest Ponzi scheme and the Ponzi scam happening in Karnataka, happening in Bengaluru, and we exposed and we showcased every document from pin to elephant, because we definitely had to care for nearly 69,300 innocent and gullible investors who had invested their hard-earned money into IMA. It is not just 40,000. Let me be very precise, Shavan. 69,300 investors have put in their money into IMA so far. And many of them are economically weak, and they all come from poor educational background. When we exposed IMA in the month of February 13, 2019, people from IMA called me, people from IMA started to call our office, and they threatened us with dire consequences. They told us, we will do that to you, we will do this to you. How on the earth you can expose IMA? They are the biggest philanthropists, they are the biggest social workers in Karnataka, and you cannot expose them. Following that day, on February 14th, IMA did file an extortion, blackmail, and a conspiracy case on Power TV against me, for which we responded very strongly and very affirmatively, and we threw them a challenge, asking them to come to studio and prove if in case they are innocent. But let me tell you, nobody has turned up even till today. And in the March, we met the Honorable Home Minister of Karnataka, Honorable in quotes, Mr. M.B. Patil. Our representation team met Mr. M.B. Patil, and we gave him this big of document. And we told him, sir, this is a big Ponzi scheme. You will have to take care of it. Let me complete. I'll just take one more minute. We also met the then Police Commissioner of Karnataka, Mr. Sunil Kumar. And we told him, sir, this is the biggest ever scam happening in Karnataka. Please take care of this. And we also told him, and we also showed him the IT department's notice, which was issued in the year 2017. And we also showed him 2 public notices issued by the Assistant Commissioner of Revenue Department.
Okay.
And we also showed him the RBI's letter to the police seeking them to investigate in this case. All of them said, sir, how can we take any action on this? Because there are no investors who are coming up and complaining about IMA. We know everything about IMA. We know that they are frauds. But how can we take complaint? How can we take an action unless somebody comes and complains? We asked him one question. We asked Mr. Sunil Kumar one question. Sir, why don't you go ahead and take a sumo complaint? And why don't you charge them? Why don't you call them and inquire? And for which innocence. And he said, Chandan, unless there is complaint from an investor, we will not be able to take this forward. Let me tell you, this is not just the nexus between the bureaucrats. This is not just the nexus between the politicians. This is not just the nexus between the officers. This is a
So there was enough ammunition in place, Rhythm. Chandan, I'm sorry we're interrupting you here for a bit, but we are requesting you to stay with us. We need to take a very short break. So basically, Rhythm and Shavan, there was enough ammunition already in place against IMA, but for all those political reasons, there was not even a go-slow. There was no action at all on this entire IMA fraud case.
We slip into a quick break. After the break, Shavan Sen, who broke that story up with more breaking news, our guests continue to stay with us. Stay on with us.